In this video today, I'm going to cover something a little bit different than my typical crypto video. I'm going to talk more about privacy and about a company that I have been working with. Actually, I have a subscription with them. I'm not working with them. They're kind of working with me, whatever. But a company called JoinDeleteMe, and it's JoinDeleteMe.com. And I wanted to go through and spend the first 6 months with the company, see what they could do for me, see if they could remove my name from the different platforms, the different websites that are out on the net. And so I wanted that first 6 months to see if it's something that they could actually do before I recommend it to anybody. I started my subscription. Well, here's JoinDeleteMe. This is on the founders page, right under the founders page on the bitcoinacademy.io. But I joined them, and I am now right around getting close to 6 months. And what I did just to prove to myself and to see that the company actually could do something for me is that I did some searches on my name and my address currently, my old addresses, my name, phone number, sometimes just my phone number. I wanted to see how much information was out on the net about me. And I did, and I was kind of disturbed. And so I spent actually a couple days, over a couple weeks, I think it was in January of this year, where I went through and I tried to manually remove myself. And it was a lot of work. And I had to keep track, and I had to make sure that I followed up. And it just became overwhelming. And what I found was I could remove myself, but then it would come back on. And it was like, this is not what I want to do. This is not my specialty. So I wanted someone else to handle all that work for me. So I found JoinDeleteMe.com. I signed up. It was back in March 27th, 2021, and I wanted to wait 6 months. It's September 17th, so I thought this would be a good time to share this with you guys and show you that it does work. I can't show you that it works because I'm not going to show you my real name and where I am living and that type of information, but I can share with you some of the places that this information was moved. I can prove to myself that information was removed because I can do a search from the first of the year till now, and it has greatly been reduced. So here's the dashboard when you log in, and then the next thing that you can do is this kind of gives you some information. These are the number of records reviewed by their service. Here's my exposure data. How many records have been reviewed here, data brokers with my info, and total data brokers. So really what they're trying to do is remove you from the data brokers that collect your information and then sell it to other people, so it does not spread. So what you can do is, after you've run for at least 3 months, you'll get these reports. And the first report, they took me off certain things, and that was May that I got it. And then August, I looked at that one, and I'm waiting for my next one, and it should have quite a bit off. But let's go ahead and look at what a report can look like. So I'm going to move through this, and we're going to go all the way down to here. And this one will show you some of the data that's been removed. You can kind of scroll through, and you can see total records reviewed, matching profiles removed, etc. They've added all area code just a little while ago. They let me know that. And so here you'll find different places that they have removed your data. I know Spokio. I used to use this to look for people and to find out more information. They were a really good source that I used. I think I had to pay a very minimal amount to do a certain number of searches. And so in the past, this was probably like quite a while ago, maybe 10 years ago, I would use them to do some research on some people that I wanted to know some information about. We'll just kind of leave it at that. So sometimes some of these data brokers, it's hard to get off. They told me some of them will be 6 to 9 months to get me fully off those platforms. So in my first report, there weren't as many data brokers that things were removed, but as time goes on, they are slowly but surely removing them. And then they'll go back and make sure that the data stays off, because once they have your algorithm, where you are found and all the information, they'll go back and keep that up to date. So, all of these data brokers, some of them are still in progress that they're going to be removing. And voterrecords.com, I asked them to remove me from them. And I guess they've been newly added. I did not know that that was it. So I found some information on voterrecords.com, and I wanted that to be removed. So I made that request. It looks like they've added them to their removal list. So that is where you can look at some of the reports. So this is, the report itself. There's not a lot more that I'm going to show you on their website because most of it contains some of my information. But what I can show you, like I said before, on voterrecords.com, that I'll show you a custom request. I had to black out everything because this is all my information. I didn't want you to know where, if you looked at the URL, you'd be able to find out a lot of information about me. So I'm not going to show you. But here you can see that voter record, I kind of hid some of it. I can view the response of what I requested, and they put a request in for me. I didn't know, now they're doing it for everybody. And it's going to just take some time. And so when you find yourself, because you will, when you find yourself, you can put in a custom request, and then they can monitor that and try to take it off whatever list or whatever data broker holds that information. I've just found this really helpful. Some of these are in process. This one I made, all the way back in April, and it's in process. And some of these take a long time. Some of these are automated on their end, and that they have an algorithm that goes in and makes a request. Some of them, it's done by hand because the companies that hold that data are just horrible data brokers that don't want to let go of anything. And so, this just saves a lot of time for wasted time that you could be doing something else. So this is the custom request that you can fill out when you find yourself on the net. What I would highly recommend is JoinDeleteMe.com. Put your information in. You can, number one, if you use this link, you'll get a 20% off. But what you can do is you can go find yourself, go all the way to the bottom, and put your first and last name, city, state, and scan for free, and see what information you can find out about yourself. As we, are taking profits with crypto, or any profits, and as you become more of a target, getting yourself removed off the net is important so that you can't be found. You can be a little bit more private. People aren't going to be able to find you as easily. And do it now, because it takes a lot of time to remove all this data. And I just, I have some friends that are in the entertainment business, and I did not know how crazy people were. And some of the things that they've experienced, I just don't want to personally experience, and I don't think you should either. So if you feel that it is worth your while, I would sign up for JoinDeleteMe.com. If you go to the founders page, you'll find a link along with a bunch of others, and take a look. Do a search for yourself right down at the bottom and see what kind of information is there. I'm going to be working on some more privacy things, things that we just don't think about, like when you registered your LLC, if you have one, what name appears to the general public, because that information is really hard to scrub, because it is public information that needs to be published, and you just have to make sure that you can change it so that it doesn't necessarily point back to you, if that's what you want. So that'll be coming up in other videos or classes. And so there we have it. Everybody, have a great day.